Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. She put Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in our heart as a beloved. It seems we have to detach ourselves from all the attachments and emotional relationships we created all our life. How to detach from there without hampering any of the relationships?
How to have my cake, eat it, and still have my cake too. You cannot. I said also, I gave an answer to this. You weren't listening. What did I say? I say simply, let me say one part of it. Once you have Allah as priority, everything else will also fall into priority. Then you'll know how much to love, when to love, who to love also. It is also there because everything is under there with Allah and those whom He loves. Because we're not saying, so stupid to say, for example, I only love Allah, I don't love the Prophet. Whoever think of that, right? I only love Allah, I have no love for the Prophet. Not for us, not for our way. How you can separate Allah from His Prophet? If it's not because of the Prophet, we would not be in existence to know Allah. Showing kind of a low level. Yes. Did Allah come down to you to say, turn to me and look at me and love me? No. Allah sent a messenger. Yes? Good. So, once you love, your priority is Allah, then everything else that Allah loves, that is also helping you to love Allah, it will also be there. It's not disappearing, but it will be within limits. It is not too much or too little. And that time you say, this is just this thing. I don't like this person, but what he's saying is just, he's trying to fight for good things. You'll say, I love that too. One that you love, let's say in your family, but he's standing up for oppression and wrong things, but he's your family. You say, no, for haq's sake, I don't love that. He starts falling into place. Do you understand me? Good. So it is not saying you cancel everything out. No. You must have love of Allah and the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and all those whom Allah loves. Will also be there. Not at the same level, of course. Then you're going to understand step by step how I achieve Allah's love. Okay? Don't get so drunk to think I'm only going to go into meditation and this light is going to hit me and then this bubble going to come to me and then I'm going to float somewhere and then I'm going to be with Allah, I'm going to like this. No, don't think of it like that. You understand? Go down very humbly as how the Sahabi Kiram went through. How they had the love of Allah in their hearts. Don't look at anything else. Don't look at philosophy. Don't look at books. Don't look at stories. Don't look at movies. Don't look at anything. Look at Sahabi Kiram. Look at the companions. How did they have the love of Allah? By serving the Prophet ﷺ, by submitting to the Prophet ﷺ. You understand? You cannot go to Allah directly. You cannot. So now the question is, who is going to bring you to the love of the Prophet and to the love of Allah? Who brought the Sahaba Kiram to the love of Allah? The Prophet ﷺ. He is their guide. He is their murshid. He is their shaykh. So now, you want to go into the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to love. There's someone who's going to prepare you for that. You cannot prepare by yourself. And that one who's going to prepare you, that one has been chosen and trained to prepare you. That one may be completely different from you. That one may be the poorest person. That one may be a person who does not even know how to speak well or this, or it doesn't matter. The secret is put there. And that one is now going to start cleaning you up, to prepare you to meet with your Lord. But there are so many steps before you meet to your Lord. You understand? So how to have the cake and eat it too. I'm telling you, there is no cake. Or I'm saying everything is cake.
So if I'm doing what you just said, and rest of my family members is not understanding, first of all, is contradicting to every point they point out, and every time when I'm coming here and going back, they seem a little overwhelmed, and they try to pull me down.
How you are overwhelmed, like you're floating in the air?
Like, yeah, like it's a different energy when I go back home from here.
Right.
And somehow
are you telling them, oh, you have to pray, otherwise you're going to go to hell? And are you saying things like that?
Nothing.
Okay, don't say it like that.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to make them understand that when the Quran was revealed within Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Don't make them understand. Don't fight. Don't quarrel. Don't explain. You see you are different, just say, I'm a little bit drunk, that's all. What you do? Whole weekend I was somewhere drinking. See, we're drinking. Or eating cake. Tell them, I'm just overwhelmed with cake. Don't explain, don't fight. They don't understand, they don't understand. Leave it. Just leave it like that. Don't think that now you also have this savior instinct. Now you have to tell people and bring them. No. At the same time, people are going to say there is something different about you. It's okay. Learn how to hide it too sometimes. Do something crazy. Understand? Because you know they're not going to understand. That is also marifat, no? That is also knowledge, to know how much someone can understand or not. When you're with children, talk about toys. You can still talk about truth, but using toys. Talk about toys. Don't talk about philosophy or jewels. You just want to hide it. Don't be on this thing, I have to convert them, I have to convince them. No, it doesn't work like that. But if they start attacking you, then that's different, depending who you are. If you're underage, living with your mother and your father, you're eating their money every day, you're not producing anything, they curse at your belief, you cannot say too much because you're eating their food. Yani. If you are the father of the house and you pay all the bills and people start attacking you, that's different. You have the right to defend. You say, draw the line to say, Lakum dinukum waliyaddin. You, your religion, and to me, mine. Don't enter into this subject. Don't talk. We'll get along really well. Let's talk about toys or cake. We don't enter into this. You understand? You have the right, which you must. Draw a line. I'm not saying attacking or fight. Just draw a line. Don't enter into this. Don't talk about this. Be quiet. You have that authority, you have to use that. Otherwise, you're going to be questioned. You don't have that authority, you cannot say so much. Okay? But don't fight. You have to be strong now. A little bit. Okay? And anyway, they have all sorts of ideas. It's okay. It's not the first time. But tell them to come. Tell them, come for zikr. No, astaghfirullah, they're going to say. But they're going to melt. They're afraid the shaitan's going to melt. There are some people that they came here, say, no, I will never, never, never. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 7 years. And they come. They say, oh, it's not so bad. It's actually nice.
But I only fear they can ask you weird questions.
All of you are so boring. I would love some weird questions once in a while. Okay, asking this, I have my cake and eat it. This one saying this one saying that. Come, say some weird things. This is 12:30, this kind of questions. You know what kind of questions come at 2:30 in the morning? Weird question. 3:30, 4:30. Oh, I want to wish for that, but all of you are sleeping. Shaykh Effendi every week would give sohbat until Fajr time. People go cookie, they go like crazy because of lack of sleep. Then they start asking him, you see their eyes getting rounder and rounder. And he would speak, it's so interesting. That time we watch and we say, Subhanallah. It was good. So, never mind, let them to ask. So many people asked me weird questions before. Yeah. Alhamdulillah. All right, somebody asked me a question. They say, do you know about the hadith that the Prophet says angels don't appear, come into a house that has pictures? I said, yeah. Then why you have pictures? I said, it's not pictures, photograph. It's not photograph of cat or mountains or dogs. It's a photograph of the friends of Allah. They're not pictures. They're the faces of the friends of Allah, that Allah is looking to their faces. That Allah is saying, if Prophet ﷺ is saying, when you look at the Rijalullah, the Rijal of Allah, they will remind you of Allah. That's why I'm looking, because they remind me of Allah. If you put picture of yourself or your daughter or your father, you're never going to say, I worship them, no. But what are they reminding you of? Or picture of yourself when you were younger, 10 years ago. Every time someone, this is me 10 years ago, I was doing this and this. Nonsense. Nonsense. What are we doing when we look at pictures of our sheikhs? Oh, we have to watch ourselves. He is looking, Allah is looking. Immediately we pull back, remember Allah. Yeah? So, that's okay. It doesn't mean we put candles in front of their pictures. Now I have to make another explanation to people. And saying put candles, they're putting candles everywhere. Putting some, next time bring some fruit, put there also. Yeah? Put fruit, put oranges, and then put some incense there. Ah, finish, complete. There are places in this world that there is awliya Allah, Muslim saints, and they go to unbelievers, and the unbelievers see a lot of karamats coming from them. They start worshipping them. There are places in Malaysia and Singapore. They start making idols of them. This one, they say they're very powerful, and wearing turban, they make idols of them. And then they will always pray to them. Over 100 years, they're praying to them. Even those awliya say, don't touch them. They are people. But we don't do that too much, okay? I mean, this is already pushing it. Especially when we're not covering the pictures when we're praying. It doesn't matter. This one, they're saying, oh, now we're worshipping fire. I'll say, Allah, Allah. There was electricity in the time of the Prophet. In fact, electricity is bid'ah. Isn't it? Fire is sunnah. So, but we don't push it. We know how to balance it a little bit. Inshallah. Okay? Yes? At home you put fire in front of the picture, Shaban? Because you come from Bangalistan, that's why. You put the tiki also. Children?
The children in the house, a lot of children, they see Sheikh's picture, your picture, and they say Allah, Allah. And they kiss themselves. I don't know what kind of, from where they got this idea.
Mm-hmm. They can see other things. Yes, of course. They see other things, especially kids before the age of baligh, maturity. Other worlds are open to them here and there. They are surrounded by angels. They are surrounded by angels. Yeah, they drive us crazy every now and again, but remember that they're surrounded by angels now. They are always protected. So they see things that we don't see. They feel things. Understand? So it's more direct. Alhamdulillah. All right.